So I try when I do these um, possibility posses to give lots of different perspectives on the same thing. So we're talking about the idea of it being a new year. It's beginning of January, January 4th. And so it's a time when a lot of people make resolutions, which are really goals, right? And there's been a lot of studies that show that New Year's resolutions don't work for a lot of people. They do work for some people. Setting goals works for a lot of people. But I think when we start in January, January 1st, it's easy to get off the the boat that we've put ourselves on and get sidetracked. Um, I know that back when I was a girl, my mother had this health issue and she decided she was going to start a new diet for her health. And she chose to start it right before Thanksgiving because she figured if she could get through the holidays, she'd be able to keep doing it. Um, and I decided that I would start rereading Course in Miracles lessons. There's 365 lessons. And I figured, okay, I'll start January 1st. And then I completely forgot on January 1st and I started January 2nd. Then I went, oh, that doesn't matter. I'm just gonna, you know, I'll just work through it however long it takes. If it's a year and a half, I'm just gonna, start reading them. Maybe I'll jump around. It doesn't really matter. Because for me, it's just about more spiritual practice. And I don't do spiritual practice every day. And sometimes I'm down and whatever we got out of that guided meditation. Um, we're human and it's a heavy world, and sometimes we're going to be down, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I just want to put that out there. Like, I think we can in a moment get to a place of joy. I don't know if it's exactly choosing joy, it's getting to a place of joy. Um, and we can try to help ourselves get to that place by, doing things that make us feel peaceful and make us joyful. But some days we're not going to feel like that. Some days we're going to be feeling crappy or tired or sick or whatever. And that's just part of the human experience. And so if you feel that, that's okay. Um, but I think the thing about New Year's is that you can always look at another day, the next day might be different. You might still feel crappy. You might still have a cold. You might still be tired, but you might not. Like it's another chance at having a different experience. And one of the things I love about New Year's is that it doesn't have to just come once a year. Like the Jews have 4 New Years every year. There's Rosh Hashanah, Tu B'Shvat, which is the New Year of the trees. There's different, like at different times of the year, there's New Year's. The Chinese New Year this year is coming, I think, around February 10th. So, like, there's lots of opportunities. You can look at, Monday as the first day of the week as New Year. So, we don't have to be trapped by, oh, there's only one day a year when we can start over. I think you can start over every day. Um, and I think that gives us an opportunity to um, be hopeful that wherever we are today, and if that's a hard place, that tomorrow or next week might be a different place. Because what I take away from the meditation that we were working with is that we have this ability to choose again. And it's not necessarily, like if you're really depressed, it's not necessarily the choice to tomorrow I'm going to be happy or now I'm going to be happy and snap your fingers. Like emotions don't work like that. But you can choose to believe that someday you'll be happy. Someday you won't be sick anymore. Um, and just hold that hope in your heart. So I guess I'm going to pause this and have open it up to let other people say whatever they want to say. So, what the idea of miracles and resolutions are to me. So, we're talking about New Year's resolutions. It's kind of a goal. It's a way to um, decide to make a change, to give something up or to bring something in. And that can happen any day of the year, right? Um, I think the idea of miracles around that is that when we decide to make a change, like I was talking about with the way our brains work, is that we um, start noticing the thing that we're interested in our greater world. So if I decide that I am going to read more of A Course in Miracles, I might start finding other Course in Miracles um, teachers or resources or videos or whatever. Um, the universe loves to talk to us in social media and give us, right? Because the algorithm works the same way as our world works. So when we go, hey, I'm really interested in this, the internet gives us more stuff about that thing. The world and our brains work that way too, and our brains tell us, "Hey, I'm interested in this." Um, so when you are more miracle minded, you are more likely to find those miracles. Um, so I love having amazing things happen, right? We there's nothing that we can't achieve. Most people don't, but if you think about like a a mom's in a car accident and the baby is trapped under the car, moms get supernatural strength and are able to lift the car and move the baby, right? That's not normal, but we can do more than we think we can do as humans. We have available to us different I don't know, they're not really supernatural, but outside of what we expect as the natural abilities of the human. So it gives us an opportunity to kind of go, oh, maybe I can do something I don't think I can do. Um, so my lovely little cat Arrow has been having some um, health related differences. And he is I took him to the vet. He had an x-ray and he has like a mass on his larynx. And they're like, okay, it can be these three things. We can treat two of them. We can't treat the other one. And it's going to cost $5,000 to find out which one it is. And I was like, all right, let's just treat the things that you can treat, right? I'm not spending $5,000 to find out that something is wrong with him that we can't fix. That makes no sense. So, so we've been treating him and he got a lot better and now he's not as much better. And so my what I'm sort of in a place of with this is that a miracle is possible. Like he's sort of he is Schrodinger's cat, right? I don't know if he's well or not well. I don't know if he's got cancer or doesn't have cancer. And for anybody who doesn't know Schrodinger's cat, it's this thought experiment where you put a cat in a box and then you don't know if the cat is alive or dead until you open the box. Well, it's the same thing. I don't know whether the cat has one of the things that's treatable or one of the things that isn't, but I can try to help him want to be here. I think that's kind of what I'm thinking. That the miracle I'm looking for is that he is happier. And whether he passes on or doesn't pass on, this is a gift I can give him. So until whenever he isn't with me anymore, I don't know how long that'll be. A month, 10 years, don't know. He's 11 years old, not sure. So so this morning I was like, okay, I'm going to brush him. I know he loves being brushed. And most of the time, I don't find the time to do that. So, how do I make his life just a little bit happier so that he wants to be here? Because the thing that changed in the last week is that I was giving him medicine in wet food and he was eating it. And now he's not eating wet food anymore. He's eating dry food just fine, but he's refusing the wet food. So, I can still give him the medicine. It's, now I have to pill the cat or whatever. Um, but like if he was a human, I would say, okay, he's choosing to not have medicine anymore. Um, but as an animal, he has no idea. There's no connection, right? But I can give him this opportunity to be a little bit happier and see if he wants to choose to get well and be here. And maybe he will and maybe he won't, and that's all okay. But even if he doesn't, giving him the happiness, more happiness is a good thing. And at the end, it will make me feel better because I will have made his final days, however long there are, um, better for him. So I'm gonna stop the recording. Yes.